I'm John Hoganson.
And I'm Mike Carlson.
And welcome to another video edition to our weekly e-update. These video messages are designed to help you more fully live out your faith in your daily life. And Mike, you're sporting a new look this week. You've shaved.
It's Easter. I'm wearing a purple shirt. I shaved. All I can say is he is risen, and it feels good to be an Easter.
It's a good look for you.
That's what I got.
Last week, we asked you to send us your questions, and the question that we most received is this, and as I reflect, Mike, on Holy Week, from Palm Sunday through Easter Sunday, it was amazing. We had 20 services. We had great music, great drama, great worship, experiential worship. We had more people have come than in the last several years. Little girls with Easter bonnets on, Easter dresses. People have told us it's a great day, and they left here, and I'm sure they went home and they ate ham, and they had Easter egg hunts, and now what, Mike? I mean, now that we proclaim Christ is risen, how do we live out our faith in our daily life as resurrected followers of Jesus?
Well, what I think is interesting is, we had these great numbers, and I've been in churches that are smaller. I've been in churches that are bigger.
So have I.
And I've seen that when the people of God gather together, they encourage each other in the resurrection. And what they can do together is so much more than what they could ever do on their own. They come together and inspire each other to believe. They come together and teach each other the power of the resurrection and how to forgive and give and love more efficiently than on their own. And
okay,
I think that's why.
But that's great. People come to church, they gather together, but then they leave here. And how do you take Easter Sunday out into Workplace Monday? How do you live a life as a follower of Christ that reflects that Christ is risen?
A long time ago, when the church was just starting, there was an emperor that said, go into the world and destroy all the Christians. And the follower of the emperor said, well, how are we going to know who the Christians are? And he said, you're going to know who they are by the way they love each other. I think experiencing an empty tomb, seeing that God comes back to us and loves us even though he was crucified by us, we go back into our workplaces, into our homes, into our communities, and we bring hope. We're generous. We share our food with the hungry. We're generous with our emotions. We forgive people that no one else would forgive. We can be fearless in a world that, quite frankly, I think is addicted to fear.
Well, and I think you're right. If you look at the Easter story from Matthew, at least, the angel of the Lord said to Mary Magdalene and the other Mary 3 things. She said, believe. Believe. In other words, don't live a life of fear. Believe indeed that Christ is risen from the tomb, that in the end death and the devil are powerless. Believe and live as a resurrected person. Secondly, the angel of the Lord said, share the good news. Tell people about it, and they will see. And finally, I love this, the angel of the Lord said, rejoice. Too many Christians walk around as if Christ is still in the tomb, but the angel of the Lord said, rejoice, celebrate. See, the neat thing about the Easter story is it continues. The Easter story means Christ is alive and loose in the world. And when you join us next week, we're going to show you just one of the ways that Christ is alive, at work, and loose in the world.
And what we know is that a Christ that meets us in the world, not just in church. That's where church begins to take root. In your workplace, at your desk, in the factory, wherever you are, you meet the risen Christ there, and he empowers you to do things you could never do on your own.
That's why at this particular place of worship, but hopefully in all churches everywhere, we say what happens here leaves here.
Thank you much, everybody, and have a great